So, yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. I think that it's sad, though, that that's the case, because the games are fun. Like, it was a fun series, and even my career, which is the story mode, is locked behind that.
Stupid.
Like, behind an online connection. Now, there's no real reason for that to be the case. You just limit it so that people can't play 90% of your game. There's a few modes you can play offline, but mostly you can't.
You can't tell me there's not some people who are, like, not super upset about this.
Oh, yeah, people get mad about it, but there's not enough people to matter.
Really?
Yeah, because people just keep buying it, because people are dumb. And people will buy the same things every year, and then they'll bitch about it. Or they'll just be an ultra-consumer who just consumes, and that's their whole purpose in life. Mm-hmm. And they don't actually have an opinion or a rational thought of their own. Mm-hmm. They're just like, thing good, bright light make happy.
Yay.
Basically like a caveman.
I like ball.
Yeah.
Ball go to guy.
Ball go to guy, ball fun. And they don't get like, hey, this is...
Look, guy have pretty gem color on card.
Right, exactly.
I buy that one.
But they don't care that they'll lose the card next year.
But it's pretty.
But you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just... It makes me really sad because it's such a dig at media preservation, too. And I know these companies don't care about media preservation, but I care about it. Like, I care that, oh, this video game is 90% unplayable now because they didn't care. That bothers me. And I wish it bothered enough people that they would change it, but it doesn't. It just doesn't.
No, because people who are casual gamers still keep buying it.
Right,
and supporting that industry.
That's what I'm saying when you say, like, there's got to be people mad about it. Sure. But not enough to make up for those people. Mm. And that's actually where I think the casual gamer thing is a problem. Is those are people who enable a lot of the problems of the video game industry. Mm. I'm not saying you can't play a game and have fun, you know, for a few hours a week. That's great. But, like, when all they'll do is, like, let's say all they do is play Fortnite and that's it. I love Fortnite. And I love the people who help support us. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Wish you could do a photo mode of that. And I really appreciate the people who, you know, will support us by using our Fortnite code. That's awesome. But I wouldn't suggest someone spend their life savings on Fortnite, you know? Mm-hmm. I'd suggest you, like, play the game, have fun, maybe buy a costume or two a month, have a good time, and you play other stuff, too, and have fun. Like, I've always argued...
Perhaps you could buy a physical item from a shop or a small business.
Like CosmoBunny.shop, you're funny.
Yeah.
But my point is, I've always argued for some amount of, what would you say, moderation.
Sad I didn't get any sales around Christmas at all.
I'm sorry, you didn't really promote it too much.
I did on your channel.
Only a little. And you didn't put anything new, so the people who do buy from you only saw the same stuff over and over.
Well, that's just because I was kind of busy and depressed.
Depressed, yeah. Which is okay, I understand, but I was trying to tell you that that's one of the reasons why I wanted you to.
I really get a really bad depression around this time of year every year.
Yeah, it's seasonal depression disorder.
Yeah.
But you still have to be able to live your life.
I know, I have a hard time doing it, though.
Because I get it, too, but if I just shut down and don't do stuff, then at the end of the day, I'm the one who, you know, suffers for it, really.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But I was going to say that with all of these games and stuff, the thing that makes me so mad is, like, I care about the media more than the people making it. And that's what I don't understand. Like, to me, that should be embarrassing to you, that you have fans out there who care more about preserving the thing you made than you do.
Yeah.
Like, that should...
It's ridiculous.
That should come off as pathetic.
Yeah.
And yet it's just an industry standard. Like, you have the Call of Duties, which, as much as I love that series from its past, and I really do, it's now become a thing where it's like even the campaign requires a persistent internet connection. Why? Why do you need a connection for the story mode? That's the dumbest thing.
It is.
There is no logical reason you should need that. But you do. And people still buy it, so it doesn't change.
At least I keep that one up for longer than 1 year.
Sure, yeah. Well, 100%. But, like, there's no reason that you even should have needed
Yeah, I completely agree.
So this is Speeder's High. I don't really like this one as much as that red one.
Nah, I don't like the color that much.
It's interesting, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's one of those examples of alternate color for this.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to run over that way for a minute, and just so that we have the footage. But did you want to say anything else about games or anything we talked about today?
No, just disappointed about Hello Kitty Dream Village.
That's it? You're just going to let that ruin your whole night?
Well, I felt like I wasted some money on it.
Wait, you spent money on it?
I spent $15 because I thought it would be fine.
Really?
And I thought I'd get the thing.
Oh, usually you tell me when you're going to do that.
Well, I thought I'd get it, and I thought I would get the thing. I thought it'd be fun, and I didn't.
I'm telling you, this is a lesson that we don't spend money on games like that often.
Yeah, it made me sad.
It's just a really stupid idea, especially around Christmas when we've spent so much money.
Oh, we spent too much money.
You know, if I knew that you were going to be making purchases like that, I would not be buying other things.
Well, I can make the money back when I go to work. I'm sorry, I won't buy no more on the game.
That's okay, but I really do think it's a waste. I think that the games where you can't tell what you're going to get, you should be very hesitant at what you put into them, both for time and for money, because those developers and the company behind it, they don't have your best interest at heart as a player. They have their best interest at heart to make money. And we have this problem over and over when we buy blind boxes for trading cards in the past. They're always terrible. When we buy blind boxes for figures, they're almost always terrible. Like, it's just... Oh, by the way, look at this. We can transform... Oh, really? Oh, wait, it's because I took off the thing.
Yeah, it's because you have the Christmas earrings on, Bubby.
I'll show it.
Silly Billy, you.
I guess I'll show it next time.
You Willy Bob.
I'll show it next time, sorry.
Silbersons.
Basically, you can turn into the end game version of Eve now. The one at the very, very end. Where she's like fused with Adam. So anyway, I think that a lot of the times those things, they like seem really appealing, and then you get them, and it's almost never what you wanted. And by the time you're done, like with trading cards, you could almost just buy what you wanted alone on eBay for cheaper.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I guess with Hello Kitty you can't do that.
No, I don't think you can, but you were able to do stuff like that with Pokemon on Scarlet and Violet, remember? Like, people were selling, like, rare Pokemon.
Yeah, it's against the Nintendo terms of service to buy them, though, so, like, even hypothetically, if you were to buy one, I wouldn't tell people.
No, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't buy them, but I'm just saying the fact that, like, it exists. Like, you could have bought them if you wanted to.
Yeah, but even there, it's not supposed to exist.
No.
Like, Nintendo doesn't want it to. They want it to be... You missed the event. Whoops. That's it. And I've always found that kind of FOMO stuff, or like the stuff where it's like, oh, you didn't... I don't know. I get really distracted during this part because I died here over and over in the first playthrough.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
It's not really anymore. It's just this guy is annoying. That's really all it is.
Well, he gets in the way. And
I mean, I
he
could
feel
just
bad
do
about
this.
himself. There you go.
And then we just take this out. I don't remember if there's one more wave or not. No?
Yay, good job.
I guess for me, like, I've been burned by those things so many times. I'm really bummed out about the one with Final Fantasy. Like, they're doing Final Fantasy VII Magic the Gathering sets.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing, what was the other one? They did Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like... I want those cards because they're so cool and those franchises mean something to me. Mm-hmm. But I think that these companies, that's one of the things they take advantage of, is they know it means something to you.
But we also don't need trading cards of a game we like. We could just have the game we like.
I know, but like Nate and I wanted to play the game together because we like sitting down and playing stuff like that together.
Yeah, but you guys never do. You have a million board games. And
You know
guys
why?
Never play together.
Why we don't?
Why?
Because there's no room in the basement. Because the person who moved in a few years ago does all their crafts down there. That's
why we're making me a room.
Exactly, but then don't complain that I don't play board games when you take up the only table for it. Like, that's the only table in the house usable for it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, see? You didn't even have a response to that, did you?
Well, we could move some stuff.
No, we couldn't. Not until that office is done.
No.
But yeah, Nate and I would love to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Or, you know, I'd like to play a board game with you sometimes, things like that. I'm not only a video game person.
That makes sense.
But, like, I don't have to, you know, fight tooth and nail to get room to play my video games. You know
I want
what
to play that Nancy Drew game you got me for my birthday. The board game.
That'd be fun.
Remember, you got me that?
Yeah, I remember, Jill. You don't have to remind me.
I'm reminding you.
Thank you.
I wanted to play it.
I don't know, I guess it just disappoints me that, like, that stuff...
Luda!
I talked about it before in a part, so I don't have to again. When we played Made a Scare, I had, like, a whole part where I complained about this the entire time.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, it was like gambling type stuff for children in a lot of ways. But, like, the odds were not that bad. They didn't feel like you were getting taken for a complete ride.
Now the odds are terrible on all these things.
Yeah, and to me it feels like there's no point. Like, there's no point in engaging with it unless it is your only hobby. If it's your only hobby, then maybe it's financially worth it for you. Just like Lego. It's like if Lego is your only hobby, buy a $300 Lego set. You'll probably have fun. But if you're someone like me who likes Legos, and you like video games, and you like trading cards, and you like movies, and you like physical exercise, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like they're designed for people with a one-track mind who are hyper-focused on your thing as like a religion.
Well, you know, I feel like it's difficult to have Lego as your only hobby, by the way, because most Lego things are based off another franchise, you know, like the DC sets are all based off of like DC Universe stuff. And Marvel stuff is based off all the Marvel stuff, or Disney princesses. So it's like you kind of have to be like only a Disney princess fan plus a Lego fan, or you only have to be a Marvel fan plus a Lego fan.
Or you can be a fan of all of it, but you only pay for streaming services, which are cheap, and then you buy Legos of the things you want. So you don't care about buying movies or games, you just care about buying toys, and you just watch those things on a service. There's a lot of people like that, too. You know, like, it's interesting to me. I've always thought, well, you know, these people who are more minimalist, who hate physical video games, because they're like, whoa, wow, what is this? What do I do with this? Oh, no!
Oh, where do I put this?
It's like, yeah, have you ever heard of a shelf, and you show them a shelf, and they're like, ah!
I can't have a shelf in my house. It needs to be empty.
Get that away from me.
My house needs to be empty.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I always thought those people must not like collectibles, right?
Right.
But there's a lot of them that buy digital games or just play things on Game Pass, and they still buy collectibles. So it's not that they're against physical goods in general, they just think that type of physical good is worthless.
Why?
I don't know. They've been convinced by companies.
What in the world?
Or, my allergies are killing me, so I would like to stop. But the other option, which makes sense to me, is some of them are in an area where, like, video games physically are super expensive in their region, but toys aren't. And that's one where I get it, you know? Where it's like, okay, that makes sense because you literally just can't afford it. Like, you can afford mass-produced toys because they're from a few countries over, maybe in China, but you can't afford to buy physical video games that have huge tariffs on them, so a $70 video game is like $130.
Yeah.
It's like, I get that, but I just think a lot of people have, like, misplaced value.
Misplaced value?
On, like, what they think is worth spending their money on.
Hey, when we're ending this recording, I want everybody to hear Luna say goodbye. Are you guys ready? Did you say goodbye, Luna? Yeah.
She just said, why are you picking me up? That's all she said. Why are you touching me?
Who's that good kitty?
What a silly cat.
There's one in the wasteland that I remember specifically that we could probably go try to get.
Wasteland.
I don't know.
Mr. Grinch.
I don't know if it has an alternate color though, is the thing. But if it might be there, it might not be.
You're a buxom, wuxom soul. You've got panties that are sheer white, and boobies out and about, Mr. Grinch.
Oh, they should have given her a sexy Grinch outfit.
I think that's copyright infringement.
Oh, come on! They could have just said it was the
Minch?
The Minch. And
it's just talking about her pussy?
It's just suspiciously green and fluffy.
Isn't that what they call a puss in,
No, they call that a minge.
Minge, okay, got it. I thought it was the Minch.
No, that's the Minge.
The Incredible Minge.
You don't want to wear the Christmas outfit anymore?
I do want to. I was trying to get rid of that notification.
Put on the earrings so that way, even though I like the wreath earrings, so that way we can become that like hot version of Nativaness.
Just a second. The spirit of Nate has descended upon me. I need to get rid of some of these.
Yeah, what is wrong with you? Why are you being Nate?
I don't know, because if I don't do that, then I can't tell when I got something new.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Where is it here? Yeah.
But we all want to make fun of you.
Good. All right, where would this be?
I think it's a symbol of legacy.
Yes, did I go by that?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. There we go. Perfect.
Good.
So what were we working on here? We were going to do Stellar Tears.
Look at the map for me.
Now hold on.
I want to look at the map. So you see where the smiley face is, where that guy is?
Yeah.
I believe, so if you go down a little bit, now go to the left a little bit more. Go down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think around that area is where we originally got an outfit in the original game, and there could be a New Game Plus one around there, but I don't know.
Okay, well, you're probably right. But I would like to see where these things are. The scavenger story? No. Where are these things that we were told to get for the
Stellar Tears?
Yeah, the Stellar Tears.
I have no clue.
They said that they would tell us where some were, didn't they?
Maybe we have to run around a little bit and see if, like, we either A, see them, or B, they appear.
But I thought that this person, where, like, the DLC one, I thought that said that we would find them.
I don't know. Maybe... I don't know.
So I wanted to talk to you, by the way, about something. I guess you and I already talked about it, so this will be a repetitive conversation to you.
Yes.
You probably won't care. But I think it's interesting. So today we went to the comic book store. I don't want to say which one this time, because I don't want...
The only living things that I can see are Nativas.
Sound disappointed. Catastrophe that mankind brought upon itself.
Basically, I would never want this person somehow to come back to them. I don't know how it would. You know what I'm going to talk about. Mm-hmm. But we were at the store today, and like the bandwagoners we are, we were looking at the Stellar Blade. We were looking at the Sonic the Hedgehog comics. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, Sonic 3 came out and we really enjoyed it. And I made a review on it and not enough people watched it. So if you... Oh, whoa, where's this guy going?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to show you where it is. Maybe this is what we were talking about. Look, he's showing you.
Well, we'll follow him around.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we loved the movie and we did a review on it. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it because not enough people did and I'd appreciate it. That's on the main channel. So we were looking at these Sonic comics and they're in these long boxes, which if you don't know what comic book long boxes are, Jill will put a picture of one right here because they're very easy to find online.
They're usually extremely heavy.
Aren't you tired?
How's the Alpha Core?
Nothing out of the ordinary. However, I discovered something interesting in my experiments.
Like?
It's a secret for now. You'll be the first to know when I have results.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
I wonder what she's talking about. I don't remember that at all.
I don't either. That's why I decided to be quiet. I'd like to experiment with Lily.
Good heavens.
But yeah, so they were in these long boxes, and these are very heavy, right? They're heavy for me, and I'm a large man. And this person walks up. I think they were a girl. I mean, like, biologically they were a girl, but I don't know really what they are.
They looked like one of those people who might change their gender.
That sounds so mean.
Come on, you know when you see those people that they look like a type.
Okay,
right?
I think the person, and I can say this as someone very much on the spectrum, I think they were just autistic. But I don't know. And again, if they ever saw this, I wouldn't want them to, you know, get all mad about it.
But we all know there's a type of person who looks like they changed their
You're
gender.
saying like they looked very androgynous.
Yeah, they looked like
they were a girl, but they were trying not to look like super feminine.
They looked like they voted for Joe Biden one year.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying.
So basically, this person was like, "Hey, can I get at that box behind you?" And it was the box we had been looking in anyway. So that's one of the ways I knew that they were autistic, is because we don't have the best patience or understand the best social cues, and that's me who's like mildly. Mm-hmm. People who are more like my cousins and stuff, it's like they don't get it at all. They don't get, like, being rude, really. So this person asked if they could see the box beyond us, and it was like, oh, yeah, okay. You know, we were going to move. Do you see this character, this DLC character? He just disappeared.
I don't know where he went.
Weird.
Turn around.
And we were going to go and, you know,
Over there now.
help the person, because you were like, oh, hey, do you want us to get it out for you? Because, you know, this was a small person. Like, she was probably 130 pounds soaking wet. Very small. And she's like, no, I can do it myself. And very, like, irritable about it, which was weird. I don't think I'm up playing that, am I? I
No.
really thought that she was irritated by you offering to help her.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of odd, but I didn't really care. But I did think it was funny that as soon as she got like mad about it, the comic book box fell on her foot and hurt her foot.
Well, yeah, no, it's not funny when people get... Well, it is funny sometimes when people get hurt. But it was more like funny because she was so rude to you and me about it. And we were just like, oh yeah, sure, do you want us to get this for you? And she's like, no, I can do it myself. And then she tries to yank it out, and the whole thing just goes flying. And just destroys her foot. And she's like, ah! And it's like...
And then she tried to say, I can get it back in myself too. I'll be okay. And I was like, okay. And then I left.
Yeah, then we just walked away because it's like, I'm not going to force you to accept my help.
I just thought it was weird because usually with people, if I see somebody asking if I want help and are offering to like pull something out for me.
Well, you just take it because you're lazy.
Well, probably, but I'm always going to say yes. Like almost always going to say, oh yeah, that'd be great.
But isn't it just because you want someone to do something for you?
Well, I guess. I don't know. I just think it's nice. I like when people are nice to me. I like when people do things for me. It makes me feel special. That's why I married somebody who does everything for me.
I was just joking.
I'm just
with you.
joking too, but it's true. I don't understand people who don't like when people help them out. I just always found that odd, you know? Like, I just think it's nice when people want to help each other.
Yeah, I've never understood it either. Again, and it could be like, it could be an autism thing where this person... Maybe, was that a stellar tier? What did I just get? Strange bait.
Strange bait? Oh.
I thought that maybe I got one. It could be something where maybe this person has been very patronized their entire life. You know? Where maybe people have always been like, oh, I'll take care of that for you. So that now they've got something to prove, like a chip on their shoulder. But I always found the I've got something to prove with a chip on my shoulder thing weird because I'm never going to see you again. Like, you don't know who I am.
That's true.
You know, like, we will never run into each other, ever.
No, it's very unlikely, especially in the state we live in.
In the future.
Because this state is crazy. Like, with P, when I lived in Maine...
With P?
With P. When I lived in Maine, you would probably see people again, because it was, like, a small area where I lived in.
Uh-huh.
But here, I don't think I have ever seen a stranger again, like, after we met them.
Well... You might not even remember if you did, but I think it
That's
does
true.
say something that you never remembered them.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever done it is once in a while when we're in a small shopping area, you'll run into the same person from a previous store in the next store.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Or sometimes the same worker who works at a store, too.
Yeah, that would be about it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of where that's happened.
Because I can think of a few stores where, like, I know the worker by how they look, or, like... know
they
them
act.
because they're nice to me or something, you know?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm stuck on this, do
Well, that's
you?
about it. I do not know why you were stuck on that schmoopish.
And now I can't take that up. I guess you'd have to take it down first. Interesting. The way that these stellar tiers, by the way, were explained, did you think we wouldn't even find them naturally?
No, I think you have a very high chance of finding them naturally, but we also need to factor in the fact that I went to a special school and you should have gone to a special school.
Okay, rude. Right after you called someone a they, them.
I did call them a they, them, didn't I?
Well,
Come on, there's definitely, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but there's definitely a type of person that you can tell that they're, like, probably gonna be either gay or trans or something.
This is a very dark comment I'm about to make, but sometimes it's also... Now, this can be both. Both things can be true. Sometimes it's that they're a victim of something bad, though. Like, I had to study in psychology about victims of touching, for example, and a lot of them, especially women, will purposely not look feminine because of that. They're not even necessarily gay or going to be gay. Some of them are. Like, sometimes that actually manifests from that, too, where, like, someone will decide, oh, I'm gay now, you know, after something. But sometimes people also will be like, well, the way that I looked before attracted this violence, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to look the opposite. I'm going to look unappealing in that way on purpose and draw no attention to myself. Like I'm going to look like a little boy or something.
So that way they don't like me.
Because so that they don't, touch me again. And it's actually very sad that that's the case, but there are a lot of people like that too. And I'm not trying to be Captain Politically Correct here, but that's why for me it's always hard to tell, Like you're right, there is a type of aesthetic vibe where you can tell you're not trying to look feminine, but you can't always tell why. It could be what you're saying. It could also be something like really fucked up. You just never really know. But I'm sure that you knew people even like that in high school where it's like, there are girls who, and boys even, who will come to school wearing long sleeves because they like long sleeve shirts, and there are ones who will come to wearing long sleeves because they self-harmed and they don't want anyone to see it.
True.
It's like, so there's always like a weird subtlety to it that you can't really tell unless you knew a person. I guess at the end of the day, it's none of your business either, but I do think it's interesting how many of these things manifest themselves in different ways. Oh, is this left arrow plus R1? So they look like this.
Yes.
Interesting.
Pretty. Look, it says stellar tier. Look, it's got like a little thing in it.
230 calories.
Oh. Yeah, it's a can. That's weird.
Eve shouldn't be drinking that. She's got to watch her figure.
What the heck? Oh, the guy's name is Emil.
Oh, okay.
Halt, outsider.
Who are you?
I'm Royal Guard Quiel. I'm under direct orders from Oracle to protect the ruins. Do you know this is a restricted area?
Wait, but we are here to do a favor for Oracle?
Even so, I can't let anyone in who isn't qualified.
Qualified?
If you manage to defeat me, I'll let you pass.
Well, if that's the case...
Now we hope I don't lose this time, because that would be a bit embarrassing. But I don't remember the pattern.
Well, you lost the first couple of times you tried to kill this lady, remember?
Yeah, I do remember, but
And
I have
now
to...
she's supposed to be stronger. And she's queefing with her queefel.
I just don't remember the pattern of how she hits, and it's kind of hard to... It's hard to learn again, because she swings her blade all over the place. Like, she does so many unnecessary movements. Did you notice that? Like
Yeah,
that, all that.
She is kind of unnecessary.
It's like Darth Maul.
She reminds me a lot of, like, very flamboyant Dark Souls boss.
I think I beat her.
Hey, good job. I thought she was supposed to be harder this time.
I just think it's funny how she swings it around so much without doing anything.
Underestimated your ability to fight on equal footing with the Alpha Natiba. It was an honor to spar with you.
We can enter now, right?
Yes. Altesse Lavoir has been contaminated by Natibas for a long time. No one has ever made it back alive. However, with you, I have hope.
So do you think that Quiel is somebody who used to be a Natiba
I have no idea.
and got purified?
That was one of the rumors.
Because it kind of seems like at the end of the game, it was implied that, like, we were helping turn the Natibas back into humans or something. Or, like, some of them at least. Like, helping make them nice again. I don't really know.
You
I
mean
don't
like going
understand.
forward?
Yeah.
I think it was implied that the Natibas were going to be eliminated and human DNA was going to live on in a real human, which is going to be Eve.
So do you think all the Natibas are going to be dead now?
I don't know if they'll be dead now, but I don't think any new ones will be created, really.
Because it seemed like Adam cared about the Natibas.
Yeah, but he cared about them because it was what was left of human DNA. Like, now that the human DNA is going to be done, now that the human DNA is going to live on in other people, however Eve will create new humans, I have no idea.
She's going to lay eggs.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know what she'll do.
What if she's like a Namekian and she goes and she does like that
Opens
thing?
her mouth?
And she opens her mouth and
Oh,
her
no
head
one
gets
needs
really
that.
big and then she like blows out the egg.
I don't think they do that just because Kim Young-tae wants his doll to be pretty.
That's
you know,
true.
I don't think he would want it to be disgusting.
What if we see her, like, squat down and give birth to an egg? But,
Yeah,
like, it's in a sexy way.
I'm sure that'll happen. I don't think there is a sexy way to give birth to an egg.
I don't know, some men are really into watching women give birth.
No, they're not.
There's men who like that.
There's people who like everything. Like,
Yeah.
what? That statement means nothing.
I don't know, I'm just saying Eve looks pretty breedable.
That's true. Fertile.
So, you know, like, breeding kid.
That's true, but the breeding kink is the idea of, like, getting someone pregnant, not the idea of watching them give birth.